Okay, today we're going to be reading the article 10 Reasons
Not to skimp.
Not to Skimp
Skimp
on
means,
Sleep. Kind of save.
Save.
Like don't use. For example, if you want to save money on something, you skimp. So I want to save money, so skimp on clothes. Right? I usually buy premium gas, but it's too expensive, so skimp on something. Okay? So don't skimp on sleep. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read this one time, and right now that camera is on. It's on. So if I turn it, you'll be on. So no, listen. The camera's on. It's pointed at me only. Do you want to be on? You want to be on?
No,
So
I don't want that.
Okay. So I'm going to read it. Ready? Just listen one time. So we're a little early, so I'll read it one time. Ready? 10 reasons not to skimp on sleep. Okay. You may literally have to add it to your to-do list, but scheduling a good night's sleep could be one of the smartest health priorities you set. It's not just daytime drowsiness you risk when shortchanging yourself on your 7 to 8 hours. Possible health consequences of getting too little or poor sleep can involve the cardiovascular, endocrine, immune, and nervous systems. In addition to letting life get in the way of good sleep, between 50 and 70 million Americans suffer from a chronic sleep disorder, insomnia or sleep apnea, say. That affects daily functioning and impinges on health. Consider the research. Less may mean more. For people who sleep under 7 hours a night, the fewer Z's they get, the more obese they tend to be, according to a 2006 Institute of Medicine report. This may relate to the discovery that insufficient sleep appears to tip hunger hormones out of whack. Leptin, which suppresses appetite, is lowered. Ghrelin, which stimulates appetite, gets a boost. 2. You're more apt to make bad food choices. A study published this week in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that people with obstructive sleep apnea or other severely disordered breathing while asleep ate a diet higher in cholesterol, protein, total fat, and total saturated fat. Women were especially affected. 3. Diabetes and impaired glucose tolerance. Its precursor may become more likely. A 2005 study published in the Archives of Internal Medicine found that people getting 5 or fewer hours of sleep each night were 2.5 times more likely to be diabetic, while those with 6 hours or fewer were 1.7 times more likely. 4. The ticker is put at risk. A 2003 study found that heart attacks were 45% more likely in women who slept for 5 or fewer hours per night than in those who got more. 5. Blood pressure may increase. Obstructive sleep apnea, for example, has been associated with chronically elevated daytime blood pressure, and the more severe the disorder, the more significant the hypertension. Suggests the 2006 IOM report. Obesity plays a role in both disorders, so losing weight can ease associated health risks. 6. Auto accidents rise. I'm surprised about that. As stated in a 2007 report in the New England Journal of Science, nearly 20% of serious car crash injuries involve a sleepy driver, and that's independent of alcohol use. Number 7, balance is off. Older folks who have trouble getting to sleep, who wake up at night or are drowsy during the day, could be 2 to 4.5 times more likely to sustain a fall, found a 2007 study in the Journal of Gerontology. 8. You may be more prone to depression. Adults who chronically operate on fumes report more mental distress, depression, and alcohol use. Adolescents suffer too. One survey of high school students found similarly high rates of these issues. Middle schoolers, too, report more symptoms of depression and lower self-esteem. 9. Kids may suffer more behavioral problems. Research from an April issue of the Archives of Pediatric and Adolescent Medicine found that children who are plagued by insomnia, short duration of sleeping, or disordered breathing with obesity, for example, are more likely to have behavioral issues like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. 10. Death's doorstep may be nearer. Those who get 5 hours or less per night have approximately 15% greater risk of dying, regardless of the cause, according to 3 large population-based studies published in the journals Sleep and the Archives of General Psychiatry. The end. Okay, I want to put that on Action Student. I'm going to turn this off.